right, let's do it. All right, guys. So listen, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on Let's Talk. It's a new one of my new shows I came up with where I kind of want to give back to people that was important to me or people that I've just met. Just my thing is I like to give credit where credit is due. And I feel like a lot of times, like I'm a gamer, right? And so, all right, making sure my sounds is good, and it is cool. So I'm a gamer, and like what happened was a couple months ago, I went on a gaming channel, right? A gaming page on Facebook, and so somebody asked a question, and somebody posted their video to explain it, and it was an uproar. You can't be posting stuff on here, and I was like, how cool would it be if there was just a free space, right? So everybody could promote everybody. Dude, if you do something, let me know. If you do something, let me know. So anyway, I came up with the And Now Your Mama Knows Facebook page where people promote whatever you want. I don't care. So then I thought, what if I start getting into podcasts? I was like, what if I had like a podcast where I just talk to people who do things? I don't care if you cut hair, you cut grass, you're a business person, you do marketing. It would be cool to just do a show like that. So like I told my wife, she's like, well, how did you think of them? I said, listen, they was first on my list. Because when I thought of people I know, I actually know that have a lot to share. Well, Anastasia, you know I thought of you. And Rich, I thought of you because your guys are a package. So with that said, you guys kind of get an idea of what the show is about, the people watching. And you were the one that said, do it live. And I'm like, well, usually this show is just something I record. I don't do it live. But you requested it to be live. So here we are. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the engagement.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I had to start it off by saying that first. I seen the video and that was just like, wow. So dude, Rich, I gotta give you credit for that, man. You really got her, and that was really cool. And you guys been together for a long time, so it's such a blessing. Cause a lot of times people run into marriage, you know, oh, we've been dating for 2 months. Let's do it. Dating for 2 years. But you guys made sure your foundation was so solid that, you know, there it is. So, anyway, just want to say thank you for coming on. I want to congratulate you guys. So I got a couple of questions that I'm going to ask throughout our thing. You know, since I knew you since high school.
Oh my gosh.
You know? But no, it's gonna be more geared to marketing because or geared to what you guys do, and I'm gonna ask you that in a second. But I want people to really get a good sense of who you guys are, what you stand for, and what it is that you do. So if we could start, I'll just say this: I met you in high school, Anastasia, and you were cool people. You was one of the guys, kind of. You was the girl that could hold you on. Listen, she just chilling at the table with all the guys. And somebody says something slick, listen, she gonna check you. Like, all right, calm down, leave her alone. But you know, it's like that little dog with the big bite. That was you. So I know you've been into like marketing, making money, your personality. You're that person that walked in the room and you command attention, you know, and I always love that about you. So can you kind of tell the people, back up the story a little bit, what got you into marketing first of all, and then lead us into how you met Rich?
Okay, so this is a very good question. And it is true. My name is Anastasia Holdridge. I'm from T-Town, originally from Trenton, New Jersey. That's my hometown. And I attended Trenton Central High School. That's how me and Aunt became friends, because we had a guys clique that I was a part of with them. And we danced and we went clubbing and we did like a lot of the guy stuff that we were into with video games and movies and stuff. We hung out. We also did a little bit of martial arts. So
see, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Definitely, we did that. And at the time, as a teenager, I was influenced by my father. And my father has passed by now. He's already passed, unfortunately. It's been 3 years since he's passed, but he introduced me to martial arts since I was a little kid. And that's what got me into the martial arts aspect. And I was into that. And I was doing that in high school as well, all the way from elementary to high school. And I needed to get into something, and it was entrepreneurism. Entrepreneurism was, for me, was about becoming independent, how to create my own wealth. I wanted to do something rather than just have to answer to a boss. You know, I was just like, I'm psychologically unemployable. There is no way I'm going to be working for another boss again. I have to figure something out versus having to, create my own product and that kind of thing and be an inventor, because I didn't have that ability about me. So I really didn't know. And I dabbled into a lot of different career, different career avenues about like modeling. I did martial arts and that kind of a thing, and dancing. And I still couldn't find my groove. Then I did art. I went to college and I tried to do art, dropped out, didn't work out. I became a mom in 2006. And, unfortunately, I became a single mom by choice because the other half didn't do his part. So I had to be a single mom. And then from there, that motivated me to, work 2 jobs and go back to school. And that's what I did. And I graduated in 2008. After my child was born, I went to school, and sometimes I would bring him with me to school. And I was trying to find my way. And then what happened was, working those 2 jobs, I didn't like the feeling of being told what to do. I didn't like being bossed around. And also, I had some racial stuff happen against me as well, being Hispanic against, from Italian people, and treat me like that. It was terrible, bad feeling. Yeah. And then from there, I actually, got connected with a guy who was a network marketer. And the network marketer was a leader in another company with wellness products. And so he introduced me to that division and brought me to a live event. And I went to that live event, and the way they do things back then is not how they do them now. But back then they shut the door on you and you had to sign up or you're not leaving the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me. I signed up into the opportunity when that happened. Well, lo and behold, I got stuck into that opportunity. I was in it for about 2 years. I did pretty good. I did a lot of home parties, a lot of network marketing type of influence, distributorships, that kind of a thing. And we had a coffee talk one time about it when we were talking. And you were getting introduced to it yourself because you was involved in another opportunity. That was the world. We were all trying to find our way, and we were involved.
And at the time, it was so many things being thrown at us. Like every week, there was a new opportunity coming, and you had to really figure out, like, is this for me or is this for me? But go ahead. Oh, also, guys, I want to say this. Because it's live, because this is what Anastasia wanted. She also, I said, well, do you want people to ask questions? So she said, shoot. So if you guys have questions, right now I have my Galaxy Fold right here, looking at the questions. So if you guys have questions, let it rip. And I'm gonna, I'll ask her. So just throwing it out there as well. But all right, continue.
So then what happened was, after that, I actually got back into, the marketing side of things, and I struggled a lot. I mean, I had to do home parties in the worst neighborhoods, and we all know Trenton was not the greatest of certain areas in Trenton. And I had to do those home parties there because I was hungry and I wanted to become successful, and I was going to do whatever it took. Even if I had to talk to the homeless man who was asking me for a sandwich on the street, I still was talking to him. And I said, hey, can you look at an opportunity? I'm going to do the presentation. I'm holding the marker. I'm the one that's making the money. Let me show you how to make some money. And you can feed yourself for a whole, for a lifetime if you learn how to do it. And that's how hungry and driven I was. And then what happened was, it was this one opportunity where it was one night I went to the upline. The upline is a millionaire and the top earner of the company, right? So I go to his house and we do a presentation. And this was in Trenton. And this was, damn, I wish I knew the name of that street. But this was where the Boys and Girls Club was in Trenton. I think you know where it is, but it's the closest one up by the train station. So this was over there, off Stuyvesant, around that area, okay? So we did it there, and he brought his Mercedes-Benz to that neighborhood. And what happened was, we were there doing the presentation. I had 10 people at the meeting. And then when he said the last night, he said, you know what, make sure I don't bring the other car again, because this neighborhood, and I say, don't ever ask me to come out here again. Hey, Anastasia, I cannot do this again for you. You're going to have to do this yourself, because I don't like dangerous neighborhoods. And this was a white man in the neighborhood. Come on. Of course he's going to get nervous. So I was telling him, like, damn, that's messed up. That's how I'm not going to get my support. I got to figure something out. I turned to online. So I asked my mom, can you get me a laptop computer, please? I really, really would like one. She bought me one from the Home Shopping Network. I had this Dell laptop. You remember the laptop computer I had when we met? Oh, yeah. This is how we're about to meet soon. So I had this laptop computer. It was really slow. It wasn't that great, but I still used it. And I went on MySpace and opened an account. And I started introducing myself. And I started doing videos. And then this guy saw me on that network and said, you should open up a YouTube account. MySpace is not for you. YouTube will be more better. And you can interview people kind of like what you're doing right now. So what happened was I opened up to that and I created what is known as the A. Haldry Show, and I started a talk show. And all it was just a viral show that was just behind the scenes, look at me growing myself and trying to be a single mom, raise this little baby, and build a home-based business and talk about network marketing. That's what I was doing the whole time. And it led up to other opportunities. And I met a lot of influenced people in high places that were self-published authors, people that were, in sales, and people that had, a lot of influence with I think it was CNN or somebody like that. They were like that influence. And so I said, hey, why don't you come on my show? I'll interview you. I don't care what you're promoting. I will interview you. And that's what I was doing. I was known as the A. Haldry Show. And then from there, I had
real quick. Here's a fun fact. Do you remember you had me on the show one time?
I did. I asked you to be one of my guests.
Listen, when I had gotten to that one opportunity, man, I was on fire. And you was like, listen, let me have you on. At the time, I didn't really know the term podcast. Like, I don't even know if that's what we called it back then, but that's pretty much what it was. Yeah. And that was cool that you had me on. So just want to throw that little fun fact. I was once a person on the A. Haldry Show.
That's right. He was one of my guests on the A. Haldry Show, and we broadcasted it on Blog Talk Radio, which is the podcasting network that you can use to do your own podcast. And that's what I was doing. So I was doing that for a while, and I created known as a private chat networking group, because this is a great way for entrepreneurs to network with each other no matter what they're doing. But you do it privately, and this was called the VIP Skype party. And this is when I actually met Rich. What happened was somebody from Puerto Rico was one of my members in the chat and said, you got to meet this guy. He's very successful. He actually is traveling the world, and he's here in Puerto Rico helping me with my business. And his name is Rich Guzman. So I was like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever. He's successful. Okay, so what? Jersey and me.
Wait. They wanted you to meet him like what? To get him into the business, or meet him because you were single and he was single?
The network.
Okay, gotcha.
The network for business.
Right. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to see, the story. Okay, cool.
But it's really, really cool, because what happened was after we first talked, and the guy's name was Robert from Ponce, Puerto Rico. He introduced Rich to me, and we were talking for the first time, and I didn't think of anything about a relationship whatsoever with him. We just really clicked.
Yeah,
there was something magical about us, almost serendipitous, that we actually were able to click. And we couldn't stop talking. It got so much to a point that we would not put the phone down until the sun would come up in the next night, right?
Yeah, wow.
We talked so much, and we never met.
We were on Skype for hours and hours and hours.
Hours. Yeah.
She would literally be passing out before we hung up. Like, oh, hey, you're passing out.
So what was it? So it was pretty much like you guys was talking about business, but then you realized the chemistry was very similar. And that's
we were just talking about what you're into and what I'm into. And then one time she asked me, hey, you should come up and visit. I'm like, okay. So I asked my mom to come with me. My mom never goes anywhere with me usually, but this time I wasn't going to go, but my mom was like, hey, why don't you go? And I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Now, hold on, but where did you live at?
Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. And you was in Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
So she's like, come and visit. I'm like, all right. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it because, I don't know, I just wasn't going to do it. And I told my mom about it, and she was like, you should go. I'm like, okay. So my mom went with me, and we went there, and, I met you right at the McDonald's parking lot there.
Right in the Cass Street, on Cass Street. Yep.
What? Cass Street? How did you meet him on Cass Street? He probably was like,
And then from there, I followed her dad, because he was in the vehicle with her dad.
Yes.
And followed you right back to your house. And from there, we just started getting cooking and getting
we threw a whole traditional Spanish welcome, guest. That's the way we Latinos do it. We throw all the good food together. His mom was there, and Angel, my son, at the time was just 2.5 years old. He was a baby. So when Rich came in, this little boy is looking at him like, who's that? And it was great. We actually got to spend some time together and got to know each other even more. We did some videos around the college state of New Jersey.
Yeah, we did.
We did some videos, right? Like we said we would. And we did that for the YouTube show.
But we noticed that when we were hanging out together, we noticed that, I had my laptop open. She had her laptop open. And we were just we couldn't stop sharing, hey, what kind of music you like? Hey, what kind of music you like? Back and forth and stuff. And And we just hit it off as really good friends and never ever thinking about a relationship or nothing. And then from there, we ended up literally like going shopping, getting some more food and throwing down some panin and all that kind of stuff.
And then something interesting happened.
Okay.
So the following day,
is this on the same first time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
We met in person,
Yeah, I'm trying to get the context of this is still
10 years ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this was 10 years ago in June when it happened.
Okay.
And then what happened was the following day he had to go fly out somewhere, so he needed to be at the airport. He had to drive back, to town, right?
Fly back to Puerto Rico to meet Robert.
Right, you had to go to Puerto Rico to meet Robert, the guy who introduced us. And the next day we woke up in the morning, and I woke up sad.
No, man, you didn't tell him.
Hold on,
what happened.
Hold on. I woke up sad because my dog, the dog in the family, Nachi, she died in her sleep the following day.
Oh, wow.
And I was supposed to go to the hotel with my mom last night, but I ended up staying there.
He ended up staying and sleeping on the couch instead of staying at the Holiday Inn, where his mom was.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we were just getting along so good. We were just talking.
And he slept on the couch.
And mind you, you already been talking for so long over the phone.
On the internet.
On Skype.
On the internet. Yeah. So when you finally meet, it's like, I almost feel like I know you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
It was awesome. You know what I mean? And then from there, the following day, I had to leave. And I felt kind of weird leaving because of the situation that was going on.
It was a tough situation.
But I had to get ready for the flight for the following day.
Right.
So in my mind, I had to go back too. So I had to drive back. And then from there, the following day, took the flight to Puerto Rico. And then once I got there, I noticed once I was in a beautiful island, man, it was good, great time. I love traveling. So I remember like being there and, thinking about her. And I'm like, why is it I can't get her out of my mind? You know what I mean? Wow. Like I'm in Puerto Rico, I'm in paradise, I mean, there's girls in bikinis and I mean, it's like in paradise, you know what I mean? And and for me, I couldn't stop thinking about her. And then Robert, he pulls up, he picks me up, from the airport and I'm talking, I go, Robert, I don't know what's going on, man, but I can't stop thinking about, Anastasia. I don't know. So, it's weird because in the last 10 years, I refused to be in love with anybody because I went through a depression a long time ago. So, prior to those 10 years. And I remember, which is funny, we're 10 years engagement, 10 years, you know what I mean? So, and I remember it was like, it was beautiful. We're on the way to his house from the airport. And I said, I think I like her, you know what I mean? And I can't stop thinking about her. And he goes like this to me, he goes, yeah, I can tell you really like her. I was like, yeah, but she probably don't like me, so forget about it. So, hey man, how you doing? He turns around and goes, you're really stupid, aren't you? I'm like, she likes you, man, So, and what was funny is the whole time I'm there, I'm in a small room and I'm on the laptop and we're talking there.
We're still
every
talking.
day I was there.
Yeah.
We're like talking on the laptop, like every day, every night. And we got to the point that I was like, you want to come over? I'll fly you over.
This made me really uncomfortable because he was like, he had money. So he was like, you know what? I can buy you a plane ticket right now. You can fly over and you can hang out with me. And
let's go hang out in Puerto Rico for a while,
And me being as nervous as I was like, nah, that's okay. I don't know you like that. I'm not going to go to Puerto Rico.
Right.
So then from there, flew back to the house. And I was living with someone that, I just not in love with this person. But it was just, I believe it was just out of convenience.
Right.
So what happened was I got back and somebody was staying with us. It was this guy and, this guy liked her. And because I didn't feel for her the way she the way she feels for me, he would get mad because he likes her and all this stuff. It was a crazy mess. And when I got back, he was just treating me like shit, like really, really bad. And I'm like, man, I just got back from beautiful paradise. I'm talking to, Anastasia on the laptop for a while. And I'm like, man, life is great, I come back home, to that area, and all of a sudden, I feel all this negativity. The vibe is just not there. And I'm like, so I call her back as soon as I got back. Hey, I just flew in. I just got in, and I just get my laundry going and stuff,
Yeah.
It's like, but, I said, I'm just pissed off right now. She goes, why? I'm like, because I just got in and I'm, this guy's like, talking shit to me and like just treating me like shit.
And out of nowhere, this comes out my mouth. Dude, why don't you just bring your laundry to New Jersey? And
no, I didn't get there yet. It didn't get there yet because you were like, well, why don't you just come over here. You don't have to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I want to get away from it. So I said, well, let me do my laundry first, and I'll head out the following day. She's like, oh, man, put your laundry in the car. We'll leave your laundry over here, man. You can leave now. And I'm like, okay. So I packed the dirty clothes in there.
It drives another 4 hours to come to New Jersey.
4.5, almost 5 hours. And then, so I get there, and, you know, this time I'm staying for a few days and everything. And what I'm noticing is that, you know, there's something happening here. There's, you know, I don't know where her mind was at yet, but I know that my mind was there.
Right.
And her father just comes out with it, which is kind of weird. He's a strict military guy, you know. He's like, hey, you know, you can stay here. You can stay here forever. All I care.
You met my dad. You know my dad does not do that with everybody.
Yeah,
right.
You can stay here forever for all I care. You know, we got along really good. And then from there, ended up staying, went back, got some stuff. That was a trip to go back, face the music, and do all that stuff. And you know, and I got all my computers. All I care about my computers because I need my.
He moved in.
Yeah. So I grabbed my computer. I care about my computers, and that's it, man. I need my business. My computers is my money maker. So I need that.
So he lived with us for about 2 years.
Yeah.
About 2 years in New Jersey. He lived with us, and at the same time, we had to go back to go get his dad.
Gotcha.
And we moved his dad into a senior home here in Trenton.
Wow.
Across from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was living there. So we found him a place. So we all try to stay together, right? As a family.
Yeah, because I'm real close to my dad and stuff.
And then just when you think things are getting better, things get a little worse.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was doing so well in his business. He was top earner, everything, making multiple six figures. That his company got shut down by the FTC.
Wow.
Lost everything. Yeah. Mom and dad was not having it. When they saw that he was not like down on his luck and everything like that,
and stuff,
he couldn't pay rent, things like that. My dad could only support me, his grandchild, and my family. That he was like, he had to go. So he kicked Rich out of the house.
Everybody thinks that 6 figures is a lot of money, but the reality is it isn't. Mm-hmm. For me, I have to make minimum 6 figures a year to live.
Right.
Because I got myself accustomed to that now.
Right.
You know, so it's like, for me, people look at that and it's like, it's not what people think. It really isn't.
Right.
So from there,
Dad kicked you out.
Went to live with my dad. You left. That wasn't
I had to face my father, and I had to muster up enough courage to say to my dad, you kick him out. He's like the best thing that's ever happened to me. You kick him out. I'm going to, and I'm taking your grandchild with me. And that's exactly what I did.
Wow.
And that led us to become homeless.
Yeah. Well,
like we were staying with your dad.
Yeah, I called my friend because I was thinking about, you know, options, what to do to go back to Massachusetts. But I wasn't thinking about going back to Massachusetts. I was thinking about like, well, let me just work on this business. Let me just get a new business off the ground.
Right.
But what happened was my dad, you know, talked to me and told me, he's like, just go back to Massachusetts, get your job back. You know what I mean? And I had to swallow my pride and go back to the boss that I was there for 4 years. And I was like, hey, I'm successful. I gotta go. And, but my mindset was different because even though I was traveling and making a lot of money, I used that money also to invest in coaching for millionaires. So I would, you know, hang out with them for a few days and I would learn a lot about mindset. And I realized I had to do what I had to do because I remember one of my coaches, Jeffrey, he told me, he said, I had to do that a long time ago, right? I had to, you know, he told me his stories about going back to work and it's been off the ground again and stuff like that. It just happens sometimes. So I called my boss back. I said, hey, do you have any openings? And he was surprised to hear from me. And he's like, yeah, I got to, you know, position open a Geek Squad if you want it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'll do a phone interview and then I need you here in a few days to do the in-person interview. Mm-hmm. So I did the interview over the phone, of course, flying colors, passed it. And then from there, he said, I need you here in a couple of days. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know.
We had to figure out how to go from Trenton all the way to Massachusetts.
I mean, we had a vehicle.
Wait. Let me jump in here. So, and you were deciding that you and your son was going to move from Trenton to Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Because if he was getting a job there, then that's where you were going to go. Okay.
Right.
I had to do something. Yeah.
We had to do it. So we got resourceful. We made some money. He figured something out, and we were able to make enough money to rent a truck and take my car and the rental truck and drive all the way to Massachusetts.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I was always making money, but never that large impact like before. So I always kept some money in the bank. But what happened was, we had our vehicles. I had my Jeep Wrangler. You had the Chevy
My Equinox. Yeah.
So we, packed both vehicles up, and we went to my friend's house. I called my friend Scott, which he's passed away right now. And I remember he was the only one, not family.
He was the only
one that was like,
that hooked us up.
I'll hook you up.
It wasn't the greatest of places to live, but you know what? It was the place for us at the time because he had to get to that interview.
Yeah.
So we hustled. We had to get there. So
and that's 4.5 hours back.
Yeah.
So it's like, going through that. And, we didn't do the moving truck yet. We only grabbed our stuff in our vehicles just to get over there. And then from there, I ended up going to the, once I got there, ended up going to the job interview. Still have to pass that one, passed it. And, so immediately, like a few days later, started work, ready to go, doing paperwork and getting started, right? Because you get paid for doing paperwork. So I got in there, started working, found out that my friend got kicked out because he was living with his girlfriend. So then it was us and the girlfriend had to leave that place to go to a trailer home. And
she had a trailer home by her parents, and she was like, I'll rent you the space.
Yeah.
But I charge you here, but you'll be over there in another town.
We had no choice.
And we're like, okay, because we didn't want to stay in the streets. So we're like, okay, we'll go with you.
Meanwhile, this whole time, we're like building a business. Like we're
in the middle of all that, we're building our online business.
Online. I mean, we were doing some SEO, some blogging, creating content, things like that. And that's a skill set I've developed over the years. And all of a sudden, we find out like she's a heroin addict.
Bad.
My MacBook Pro gets stolen.
Yep.
I took all my stuff out of that place. Luckily, they just didn't get my camera because I have expensive equipment when I travel, take pictures and videos.
Yep.
Like I took all my stuff, my desktop computer, my screens, everything, put them into my mom's basement, and just kept everything in storage
to protect it.
So
the thieves that
so
were
I just
coming
kept
into
my
the house.
cheap laptop there. I had one of the laptops with the cheap one. Then
Mind you, we were staying in a closet space considered
very
bedroom.
Very
small with one bubble mattress with a child.
So we ended up just using the cheaper laptop, which they didn't grab. They grabbed the Mac, of course. So they I kept the cheap laptop, and that one we just kept working with that one. And then from there, I was at work. And then, I don't know, I came home one day and she's like packing up all this.
It was New Year's
stuff.
Eve, 2012.
Yeah, right on New Year's Eve. We're like freaking, she's just constantly.
He sees me frantic.
Bagging up, man. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? We gotta get out of here. I go, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
I got a text message from this person who told me, get out of the house, they're coming. And I said, who is this? And the person said, the guys that did the first robbery, they're coming to take everything. And if they find you and your boyfriend there with your child, they're going to kill you. So we literally was like I was freaking out. And I went into like straight up survival mode. I started grabbing Glad bags and I started throwing stuff. I took her food out her refrigerator. I started throwing it in bag, put it in my purse. Told my kid, grab his toys, let's go. And then thankfully there was a knock at the door and I'm sitting there with the baseball bat at the door like, all right, you know what? It's going to be on if you come up in this house. And it was him. He had the key. He came in and I said, oh, thank God it's you. I'm like, we got to get out of here. And I showed him the text. And he was like, okay, I believe you. Let's go. But let's go somewhere near my job so I don't miss my job.
Yeah.
And we drove all the way to Connecticut for that.
You said you want to go to a motel. And I said, okay, we're going to a motel. Let it be across the street from my job because when I started working, I immediately started saving.
Right. Yes, you did. Right. Yes, you did.
So I started putting money away.
So we stayed at the Motel 6. We stayed there for a few days. We were homeless.
Yeah, right across the street from my job. And that's in Connecticut because it's over the Massachusetts line. So, we just had to do what we had to do in that moment. And we still kept building a business. They've been in the motel.
In the middle of all that. I was blogging, podcasting, everything in the middle of all of that.
Crazy stuff.
Yes.
So, and then from there, we didn't have an apartment yet, but she found an apartment, thank God.
Yes.
And we got lucky. We got the apartment, which is this one right here.
This is the one we've been in here for 8 years now. Yeah.
And then once we got the apartment, I called my dad and said, hey, Dad, guess what? We got the place. We're situated. I'm coming for you.
Yep.
So
we went back to Trenton to go get him, brought him here.
Yep. So and then from there.
We had nothing, no furniture. The first piece of furniture we bought, because we were totally like, that was it. We needed to start from scratch with our business.
Now we got too much stuff.
Now we got too much stuff. But we had a whiteboard and we had our video camera to do video marketing with. That's all we had.
Yeah.
That whiteboard was essential for us. So if anybody's watching this and listening to this broadcast, let me tell you something. If you had to start all over and you had no money, make sure you got a whiteboard and you got good internet and a video camera, because that's gonna really help you.
Internet's my my lifeblood.
Yeah, it's what we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely we started buying couches and things like that and furniture. We built from zero all the way to where we are today.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing with the couch situation. Nobody was sitting on it, so I pretty much broke it apart and just tossed it out. Like, we don't have a couch. We don't even.
He got all Medea all over on the couch. Yeah. He took a hammer. He started breaking the shit.
Yeah, because nobody was sitting down on the couch. And what do you got a couch here for?
Just to get it out of the house.
You know?
Yeah.
So then, okay, so wait. Let me not cut your story off. So pretty much you said the place you are now, you've been here for 8 years. So pretty much that's how you guys got together. Yeah, you went to Jersey. You came back to Massachusetts. So wait, are you in Connecticut now? Where you?
We're in Massachusetts.
Okay, you're in Massachusetts. Yeah.
From here, the job that I was working at, it's about 40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Which is Connecticut.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, Massachusetts, Connecticut, they're so close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So with that said, what I want to get into is now that people got an ideal of who you are, where you came from, your backgrounds, tell us what is it that you do now? I caught a little bit when I came in the house today, and I caught a little bit of you guys. You were podcasting earlier. And I was like, okay, you was talking about the analogy with the watermelon. I was like, okay. So anyway, tell the people what it is that you do now.
Well, right now we are internet marketers, online entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And we started with affiliate marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When affiliate marketing is selling someone else's product, they already created it, and you sell it, right?
Right.
Selling it, you need internet marketing skills to sell a product. So what's great about affiliate marketing, it's the best business to get involved with if you're brand new, because you don't have to know overhead, you don't have to create the product, you don't have to understand all that marketing stuff, only basic marketing, skill sets.
Okay.
So we started, out that way. And then we realized that the marketplace was needing a lot more help.
Yes.
So we decided to create our own consulting, company.
Agency. Yes.
Yeah. So what we started doing is we branched out from selling, other people's products
to creating
our own. So now we have, we still do affiliate marketing. That's we love affiliate marketing.
Right.
But now we combine that with, consulting.
Yes.
And it's been the best because, we're helping a lot of people, brand new. They're starting from scratch. They have no clue what internet marketing is. They have no clue on what list building is.
Right.
They have no clue on what leads are.
They want to make money online, but they don't know what offer to market. They don't know what niche to get involved in. And that's where we come in and we help them find that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's what we do. We love to do that. In 2016, we had a really big breakthrough.
We had our breakthrough together.
We had a record-setting month. We did pretty much over 15K in not even 2 months, right?
No, actually, we did $42,890 in 15 months.
Oh, God! I'm thinking about
I remember.
Who's counting?
I'm thinking about another.
Yeah, you're thinking about something else.
Yeah. Before that one.
But that was the first one that we did together. It was within the 15 weeks because the company was so fresh and new, and we were just getting going, and they didn't have any top earners, so we crushed it.
We were hungry, man.
We totally crushed it. And then within 11 months of that time, we did our first $120,000 within that program that we became super affiliates, #1 top earners all time. Still to this day, since 2016, we're still of that company, still #1.
Not only that, but we ended up going to Hawaii twice.
Yep. We got to travel and talk on stage and coach people.
We've been to Arizona, California, Nevada, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Reno.
It's been great.
Florida.
Yes.
Where else?
So let me ask you this. So if the people who are watching, break down for I guess network marketing for dummies. Just break down and explain to people so they can understand what is network marketing.
Well, there's two types of network marketing because people think network marketing just comes from the offline market, but the reality is there's network marketing online as well. And what people are doing for network marketing online is they're learning to prospect online by either, either texting people, right? With their mobile phones through in the Facebook, or doing lives and presenting their opportunity. However, like the majority of them do it all wrong, because when they do lives on Facebook, for example, they're talking about their product. They're not talking about themselves.
Right.
They're not talking about what value they can bring to them. So
they're always branding that particular company.
Right.
They're not branding themselves.
Right. So if you have viewers watching you, and you're talking about like, I'm so great and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, and you're not giving any information, you're not giving any value, then you're not going to be an authority in front of their eyes.
Right.
You're going to look like just somebody else.
You look like,
and then I'm going to trust you.
Exactly.
But if you give value by giving them information to help them understand something they don't know, then you just gave them value, and now that builds trust.
Right.
So how do you build that value? You build that value by investing in yourself into digital marketing education. Right. So when you start learning, you start applying, you start teaching it, then you become the teacher, the one that holds the marker, right? The teacher. Then they look at you like you're the authority. Just like if you go to school, the teacher's in front, she's the authority, he's the authority. They're teaching you exactly what you need to do in class. It's no different when you're the one deciding to, hold the reins and learn this stuff and start teaching it, right?
Not only that, but network marketing's business model is pretty much broken. And it's a broken business model that people still think that works, but really it has flaws in it, right? Every business model has certain good things, and then they have bad things about it. But with network marketing, if you get to the top, you're capped. Your income is really capped. Affiliate marketing, you can diversify. There's no need to worry about compromising, contracts. You can affiliate yourself with anything.
You could do like, a low ticket products. You could do mid ticket products, high ticket products.
We do high ticket.
We love high ticket. High ticket, that's what fires the boss.
High ticket is anything that's an affiliate program that sells and you can profit more than $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what I've always done, and before I met her.
Yeah.
And it pays the bills and some, right?
Yes.
And you could literally, you learn a lot along the way, though. As an entrepreneur, you learn a lot.
Yes.
I just tell people when they get started and they start learning, and then once they start making money, reinvest it back in.
Put it back into the business.
Keep learning more.
And keep scaling.
Because you got to expect. You got to expect in the beginning that it's not going to be an easy road because it's brand new, it's unfamiliar.
And we didn't pay ourselves for like 2 years. We kept rolling it back and rolling back in and rolling back in. To get to that 100K, that's what we did. That was our secret. That's
there's no reward without risk, right? That's just life.
Exactly.
I got it.
And I took the job, and I was using the job money, man, to keep funding that business.
Yep. And I was working too. I was working actually at Staples here in Massachusetts, and I was only making $10 an hour. But at the same time, after I was done, I would come home, I would do the business, I would close my own deals, close my own sales and high ticket. And I was able to contribute to that record-breaking month that we did.
Well, keep in mind, like when I got hired back at Best Buy, same place. I remember I only got hired part-time. That's it. Enough to pay the bills, pay the rent, do whatever.
And because he learned from his experience when the company did get shut down, he lost all his income. He wasn't going to bound to let that happen again. So what he did was, when I hit that record-breaking month, I fired my boss. All right, I gave my 2 weeks notice on my birthday before I turned 36 years old. I was big.
Wow.
That was it. I was done. I threw a pizza party, put on a one. I was like, Ace, I'm out. Done. I went rogue. And he said, well, I'm going to stay here a little bit longer just in case, what happened last time to me. I don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't fire his boss till the following year.
Yeah, the following year I fired my boss. Well, I didn't fire my boss. I was forced out of a job because by me not being home, I was losing money.
Yeah, that's what
it got like that.
It got like that.
It got like that.
You need to be at your business more than you be at your job.
But I just want to paint the picture for you guys and let you know how it was. Because working part-time, and then once I got in, I was like, okay, now that I'm part-time, I got the job, I'm making money, okay, I got the apartment, I'm like, okay, look, I need to get full-time. I got to take this business to the next level. I need full-time.
Right.
So I applied the first time, didn't get it because it was favoritism. Second time around, I was the only one qualified. So that means that I got it, right? Once I got full-time, I told Chris, who was my boss, I said, Chris, do me a favor. Now that I am full-time, give me the most hours as possibly as you can. And I was working 12, 16 hours, man. I was busting my ass.
Mm-hmm.
But I was making so much money that, and you know, Geek Squad, it started at 14. I ended up making like over $16, $17 an hour.
Right.
I was making good money. So I was like, okay, so give me the most hours. I'm working all these hours. I would come home at night, still doing my business, tired, didn't care. And I was advertising. I was just building it.
Very consistent. Yeah.
And that's what that was a mindset that I needed to have.
Yes.
You know, after losing it all, because the hardest part is, you know, you think you made it. You know, you travel. You know, I've taught on stage since who knows how long, even before I met you, and I've traveled to different places and been mentored by millionaires, and life is great. Go to the Caribbean islands, love what's happening in my life. Then all of a sudden, the rug gets taken out underneath you, and it's like over.
Yeah.
So psychologically, how do you bounce back from that? It's hard, man. Man, because not knowing, like, if you don't know what it feels like, then it's not a really big deal.
Right. You can't miss nothing you never had. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I said, I got to get back there, man. I got to get back to where I was, because I just can't have that. So I just busted my ass, man. Like, I broke records at my job for sales, because my mindset was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I do something, I do it under 10% now, either at work or business.
Right.
I'm all in when I do something.
Yes.
So now, you know, we've learned a lot. We learned a lot about being an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs will always face challenges.
Always.
So to become an entrepreneur, to really want to do this business, you have to understand that get ready to get uncomfortable.
Yes.
You got to get uncomfortable.
It's going to be the wildest mind messed up thing that's going to happen to you.
Because
like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's going to play tricks in your head and stuff. And,
you know,
it's going to, you're going to think in your mind like, oh, I can't do this. And
if you have a job, feel blessed that you do have a job, because you can use your job to fund your dream. Yeah, you got to be strong. You got to be headstrong. You got to, like, you know, you're going to face challenges. It's going to happen. I face challenges now, right? I mean, so it's like you're going to face challenges. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to do what you've never done before to get to where you want to go to. And there's a maturity that happens to your character that changes along through the journey. Yeah. So it's not about how much money you're going to make. It's about who you're going to become. Right.
Well, let me ask you this. So that's a good segue. First of all, let me just say what's up to Josh Warren. What's up to Claudiz. Just want to say what's up to my boy Ray. And Eugene is watching and wanted to say what's up to you. Big up. So here, let me ask you this. Here's some a fun question. So forget the money, right? Put the money to the side. You guys both, right? Individually, tell me what was one of the most fun marketing thing you did? Like fun. Like for me, I did Avon. So I was guy selling Avon. It's like, why are you selling Avon? But I was, you know, flirting with all the women. Like, it was fun because I was a guy selling Avon. I had my kids when they was little, helping me, you know, this order got to go on this, whatever. So that was fun. So guys, tell me what was, forget money, but just fun. What was the most fun you had? Man, right? For me, would be the most fun is me doing the graphics for the clients. Like, I would brand them on their personal Facebook profile and their YouTube channel, and I would create their brand. Okay. So I would be the one that, and I loved it because I got to know them a little bit more and find out what kind of, you know, abilities and gifts that they had that they didn't know they had. And then they help them fine tune their messaging so they can target the right audience, so they can attract the right people with attraction marketing to their profile, and they'd be able to make leads and sales that way. Yeah. That was fun for me. For me, I don't know, man. I just love the hustle. Like, I love the fact of, like, you know, just creating profit, like, just, you know, and I'm not talking about the money, right? Even though I say profit, I mean the ability to get a result. Wow. Okay. Never about, like, the dollar sign. It's more about, like, I could take something and create something out of that and create a result. That for me is like the rush. Like, I get really juiced about that. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you guys said you are a consultant. So pretty much in layman terms, you're coaches, right? You pretty much mentors. So now, do you help? Like, does the person have to be in affiliate marketing, or will you coach anybody? Like, so someone could just come to you and say, listen, I started X, Y, and Z, and, you know, can you help me figure out what what's my abilities and gifts, and actually, do you figure I'm right for this? Is that kind of what you do?
They have to meet a certain criteria. First of all, they have to be entrepreneur minded. To have that spirit to go, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't know where to start, is a good foundation point right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Because you got to go through some mindset training. You have to. Yes. We have a product that we created. It's a 6-month coaching program, and I got to tell you that the beginning of it, we have to know exactly what categories of your life you're lacking in, and we can tell what part you're lacking in that it's going to prevent you from having success. It's
a total mindset, like head to toe type of transformation program we put together. Everything from your mindset shifting to the digital entrepreneur mindset.
You'll have a chart and everything.
To building your business online, whatever it is that you want to market. We teach you how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, everything's pretty much online now. I mean, you're saying that online should be the way to go. Is that
online,
your experience?
Yeah, digital, man. Because look, check this out. Everybody's talking about network marketing offline and talk to this person belly to belly. Ain't nobody doing belly to belly right now, man. So they have to adapt.
That's a good point, man. Something like this comes along, and if you was one of the, like, I remember doing network marketing, and the big thing was, don't say much about it. Just get them to the big meeting, in the big hotel, and it looks like, oh wow, they spent so much money on this, and it's hundreds of people. Something like COVID come along.
Yeah, because you have to understand, like, now you can do presentations like online, right? There's no more hotel meetings. No. This is the meeting. What we're in right now, Zoom, we've made with Zoom, we've closed 50 grand in less than 30 days with Zoom.
Just Zoom alone.
Right? Because of presentations. You could create presentations in Zoom, okay? And now you could build a list, right, online.
That's right.
Literally, so you don't have to go out in the street. Build it online. You could communicate with anybody all over the world. And then you could actually send out an email, say, hey, listen, we're going to be live at this time. Join us, and get people to come in and boom, do your presentation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So, all right. So where do you what are your, so you guys did a lot from here to there, right? But what do you want to do next? If you could think of something, so I know you guys are doing really good right now, but give me something that you're like, you know what do you want to do? Like, do you have any type of goals, even if it's short term or long term, that you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we are getting ready to have a live event.
Okay.
And this is something that we've been planning together with our coaching program that we put together called Diamond Coaching. That program is about $7,000 to actually be a part of. It's 6 months of transformation for $7 grand. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a place in Maui, Hawaii, where we're actually going to have the resort rented out, and we're going to have a workshop for 3 days with us.
Yeah, and we've been looking at condos there to relocate over there.
Yeah.
So I get listings like all the time, and and I'm like,
Maui is beautiful, and it's a great place for people to get out of their element, out of their comfort zone, and be like, is it worth it? Absolutely. Why would you want to go to a live event locally, statewide? Why don't you get out this rock and go to an island?
You gotta get uncomfortable.
You gotta get uncomfortable.
And I wonder if people might take it more serious, because A, they spent a lot of money. B, they went out of, they went so far away. So it's kind of like, look, if we're gonna be here, we want to really get those nuggets,
That's right. Yeah. And they will get it. And it's more one-on-one, and it's a lot easier to speak with somebody more one-on-one that is on camera. You can get so much through the program, but it's a great refresher to have it in person. That way you bring your laptop out there. Ace and Rich is right there by your side, and we're there helping you get your stuff set it up together.
Because you got to think about it. Like, if someone leaves their comfort zone, which is their environment, their home, their neighborhood, once they fly out and they're gone, they're going to be feeling uncomfortable. When they arrive, though, everything's going to be unfamiliar to them. So that puts them in a place where they're ready to accept what's coming to them when they start learning, right? Because if they're in a familiar zone where they're learning, they're too comfortable. They have to be uncomfortable to really learn.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this, because I want the people to really, I want to dumb it down. So guys, traditionally network marketing, and I got a question for you guys that I got something for you. Just hold on. So traditionally network marketing, because I want to get your opinion on something. I want to know, you had to have heard of this, but we'll get to it. So traditionally network marketing, you'll join a company. You'll pay your fee to get in. And then you're told you'll get people under you, and people under you get people under you, and then you get so many people and do requirements, you make it to the next level. And then that next level may make more money. Well, it should make more money. That's the way it should be, because that's why you want to get to the next level. And then you do the same thing in that level with how many people you need, and you make to the next level, and you make more money. So people have a problem with that. Some people call it pyramid scheme. My thing is, listen, it's a system. I know people who are millionaires, right? I know people that took it serious. I know you guys, and you can make money. So give people encouragement about marketing, and tell them, because you're a success story. So give them some, what's your encouraging words, so people could see that, because people say, well, it's shaped like a pyramid, so the person up. Well, dude, if I did the most work and got the most people in, but again, if it's true and it's not a pyramid scam, you can go above someone else, if you work hard enough, and I guess if that person slack off too. So give people your encouragement when it comes to this stuff, because I think a lot of people don't really know too much about it. I know maybe like 8 years ago, it was like the sensation on Facebook. Every other week it was something, and it definitely died down, and I want to get into one other thing, but give people,
I get what you're trying to say. So for those of you who are just getting started in network marketing, my advice to you is, stay in it long enough till you figure it out, especially when it comes to understanding the skill sets that you need to be able to learn key essential skills, prospecting and people skills, learning how to communicate and effectively put your message out there. Don't worry about what the company is doing. Worry about how you are going to be presented as a leader. Because see, people join people. They don't join companies. They could care less about companies. They care more about what you're going to do for them. So when it comes to your opportunity and you have your upline, if your upline is there and supportive, great. Do your three-way calls, plug them in, make sure that you're there and you're with them and you edify them so that they look good, but they also edify you back, because then it's like a two-way street. It gives you that bridge to be there and be like, oh, well, I introduced Sally to the opportunity, but Jason is my upline. Well, we don't want Sally to join Jason. We want Sally to make sure she's joining Sally. Okay, she's joining you. So you got to be the authority. You got to be that leader for them. And then you also got to focus on another key essential thing, duplication. You got to learn to duplicate, because without it, you can't create that leverage that you need to create that mass volume, that you need to create those residuals to pay for your auto ships every single month. You see, you're going to be relying solely on the volume that you produce, but also what your team and your downline is producing. If you don't have enough of a team, it's all in the numbers. You got to have a lot of volume flowing in through those business models. Otherwise, you're dead fish. You're not going to be able to make it. So I'm giving you this encouragement to make sure that you invest into finding someone who's experienced in network marketing, that is that authority, that coaches nothing but network marketing to help you as a distributor up your skill sets, up your game, so that you could be the best leader for your team to create that duplication. Am I right, Rich?
Yes, I have a love and hate relationship with network marketing.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I'm just real about everything. So,
yeah.
When network marketing, and I'm talking about MLM, network marketing traditionally.
That's what I was talking about.
Multi-level marketing.
Multi-level, yeah.
Right.
Now, the reason why I chose high-ticket affiliate marketing instead of network marketing, because for me, I've learned a lot since 2008 when I first got started, and I've learned from some great mentors who were in network marketing first before they transitioned to high-ticket affiliate marketing. Mm-hmm. What happened was with network marketing, they call it the leaky bucket syndrome. So that means that you have a lot of people that you have to bring in, and then what's happening is, you fill in this bucket with water, and the problem with that is there's holes in the bottom of that bucket. So all the people you're bringing in, they're falling out because they're not sticking with it.
Right.
So it's hard to really build a check, okay? And we call that the leaky bucket syndrome. Now, for me, the reason why I like high-ticket affiliate marketing is because if I can make higher profits on the front end, okay, and also that second tier, we have a second tier, it's like 2-tier versus multiple tier, like multi-level marketing.
Right.
We like the 2-tier because, like, for example, when we actually got somebody in, made $1,000, I could teach somebody how to make the same amount of money and I get $500 for them making that same amount of money.
Right.
So you wonder why we made so much money, right? Because it really some good leverage. But now I don't have to worry about, filling up this bucket. When I make a big profit on the front, it's like a big cannon of water just gushing in that bucket that it just stays full.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because
so help us. So zoom in, not to cut in there, but as you're explaining it, then do us a favor and explain. Give us the parallels. Explain what's the difference between multi-level marketing and affiliate marketing. So what is the difference? Because I'm even like, remember, I was always familiar with multi-level marketing. So even affiliate marketing is kind of new to me. I don't understand it. So explain. So I even myself and the viewers can know what's the difference.
Well, I know in network marketing you have different products with different tiers as far as like different price points.
Right.
You can like sell packages and stuff like that. Cause we were in Jeunesse and we tried it for a while and then we got screwed. That was the last bit of multi-level for me.
We were done with them on the rest of that. Yeah.
So and you can make a little bit of money up front, but it doesn't last because you still have to bring people in and where the compensation plan works. So their compensation plan is really linked to more multi-levels. Okay.
Right.
So if you have like a unit level or you have like, what was the other one called? The binary. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather not have to deal with building something very deep.
Okay.
When I could actually just have like me earn income on what I do and let's say I bring you in, I could train you and I can help you and I could teach you like, come on, let's make $1,000 a pop. Come on, let's go.
Right.
I get $500 every time she makes that kind of sale.
Okay.
So now I'm leveraging that. So if I have like 10 people doing that, $500 a piece, right? For me doing nothing, but just showing them how to do it.
Right.
Then that's building my check a lot higher, a lot faster than multi-level marketing. Because I'm always going to have to chase someone. I'm always going to have to go and try to find a new person to really, fill that void that's leaking out the bottom of the bucket, right?
What's funny? It's kind of like, excuse me. One of the terms you always hear in network marketing is, would you rather A, 100% of your own efforts, or B, 1% of 100 people efforts? So you start thinking like, man, if I had 1%, but like, what if it's only 1%? So it reminds me of when I did Avon, I was real successful because again, I was a guy selling girl stuff, but it was all my effort. So I didn't do multi-level in Avon. It was just me and I just hustled. And so I wanted to make a lot of money. I was going to go talk to whoever and sell, and I made my money on my own. So I get it. If you add other people, you can make more money. But again, like you said, it's the holes in the bucket. Because it's like my thing is, my little nuggets for anybody watching is two things it's important to me. Is one is interest, right? So people just want to join everything, but make sure you have interest so that way you'll be kind of into it. And if you feel like, well, I got the ability to join anything, cool. But then the second thing is product knowledge. If you know what you're talking about, then you could sell it to anybody. And then when somebody say, like, for instance, I love this phone, I know all about it, it's folding phone, blah, 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 it costs $1,980, but look, it was a lot, but I could explain it, blah, 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 right? Now, when you say, Anthony, I don't want to buy that phone, I don't feel any type of way because I knew so much about the phone and gave you everything that you didn't turn me down. You just truly, that isn't for you. So what I hear what you're saying, and it's like, you're given the ideal of, listen, the hole in the bucket scenario versus you. If you learn affiliate marketing, now, guys, I'm not in it, so I'm not being sponsored, but it just listening, like, so you could impact, your efforts that you're putting in is being impacted so much more than when you're trying to get so many people by yourself and hoping that they do good. But on your end, you're like, listen, I'm spending so much time with one person, a few people, and I'm getting a big kickback on it. So if you find that superstar over here, it might be very impactful versus if you try to find that one superstar over here, because you're hoping that one superstar over here gets so many people. But remember, it's very few superstars. So it's like, man, it's like that needle in a haystack.
Yeah, you're competing with other people because they're looking for superstars, right?
Right.
Like you said, the 1% out of 100 people. So, I mean, that's great and everything, but it's flawed because you need that 1%er. You need someone who's hungry. You need someone who knows how to build. I got a story to tell you that's going to really just crush it here, man. I went to Puerto Rico. When I went to see Robert that second time around, he wanted me to introduce me to a network marketer because he told him about me and he wanted me to teach him about online marketing, right? So I'm there. I meet the guy, teaching him some strategies and stuff. We had a great time. And then when we're about to leave, he says, "Come here, Rich. I want to show you something." So I walk down the stairs into the back of his, to this car. He opens up the trunk, and he said, "You see this, Rich? This is the map of the United States. This is where all my leaders are all over the United States. When I make one phone call to each person, we move to a new company, we dominate, we make money, and move on to the next one." And when I saw that, it gave me the true reality of network marketing. It's not as easy as people say it is.
Right.
But he had his leaders lined up. See, he had already the 1%ers out there, but those 1%ers are already leaders. Right. So no wonder why this guy was a millionaire. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder for someone to compete with someone like that.
Right.
Somebody brand new, just getting in the industry, getting started with network marketing. Expect to fail for the next 5 years. Okay? Trust me when I tell you, expect to fail in the next 5 years. You need to recruit your best target market is other network marketers. And even if they're not leaders, those other network marketers will not last. Even in affiliate marketing, if I sign somebody up, there's a time frame, they will not last. But that's okay. I've made my profit. I can move on. I can keep reinvesting. I can keep reinvesting back into my advertising. Yes. I can always sift and sort, find out new buyers, right? So I can always keep that role, going over and over and over again. I can't do that with network marketing. Right? I can't, especially now, right? I can't do it. Right. So that's why I decided to stick with it because, I like network marketing because that's how it all started. But I think it's really flawed. I really do.
It's gonna die out. We see the future. We already know.
Most people do not make money in it. No. It's because, and I read a book and it was sponsored from Mike Dillard. And I remember reading this book. I gave it to her.
That book pissed me off.
And I said, once you read this book, you're going to get pissed off.
It will.
Okay, because
it opened my mind. Mind blowing.
Yeah, it's not. Think about who makes the most money in network marketing. It's the people where you go to an event and you buy their books and their CDs and all that shit.
Right.
That's who makes the most money. Right. Why? Because they're an authority. They're a leader. Right. Mm-hmm. So your job is to educate yourself in your mindset how to be that authority and the leader, so you can start selling your own products in the future. Right. That way you get 100% of those profits, right? Then you can start scaling and make more money. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now you take control. Because honestly, the most people that make the most money in network marketing companies are the companies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got a crazy question I'm going to ask you guys. So let me throw a little, how do I phrase this? So this is like a crazy question, but it's on topic. To do with marketing. I want you guys to, because you could tell me I want you to tell me if this is real or not, all right? Scam or not. So let's see from the pros. So you guys, I'm not going to say names, but last week, someone I know, very close to me, called me and said, "Anthony, listen, you got to check this out." And you know me, I did it all. I done joined this, joined that. So I've been out of it for many years, but people still like, "Oh, you got to call Anthony." Like I remember back in the day, people will call me just so I could look at whatever they're doing, see their presentation. And I literally will write down, "Okay, I think this is good. I don't know." And based off your personality, I don't know, anyway. So people naturally, "Oh, Anthony, listen to this." I listen. I'm like, "That sounds interesting. Okay, whatever. Whatever." So next day, somebody called me, different person, don't know each other. "Hey, Anthony, I said, somebody just called me last night." Uh-oh, here we go. So, guys, right now what's going crazy is some people call it the circle. Some people call it the flower, the water. My question to you is it real? Is it not? Is it a scam? I was looking into this because of the people that came to me. And I don't know if anybody tried to bring it up to you yet, but apparently it was a thing a long time ago and it's trying to bring it back. It's that whole... So the way it was presented to me is, "Dude, you gotta check it out. Everybody's gonna put in $100, but you get two people to put in $100, and eventually you'll get your turn and you'll make $800. So technically you made $7 because you put in $100." And I'm like, well, my thing is this: from doing network marketing, again, laws could have changed because it's been a while for me. As far as I knew, is in order for it to be legal, you have to receive a service or a product, right? So if I'm going to give you $100 because I'm going to do a workout video, So you at least want to say, okay, well, I tried his workout video, whether I lost weight or not, but he gave me something. Or
Right.
I'm going to sell you this phone, right? I'm going to hand you a phone. You can hand me money. So this
Yeah.
thing is, we're just putting money in the circle.
It's a money game. It's a money game.
It's a
Right.
game.
So,
Yeah.
so anyway, just hearing about it, I was like, I told my friend, I said, listen, dude, as far as I know, I don't know about that. Because one, how is it even being taxed? Because we do live in the United States, and I feel like the government want everything. And then two, like, people aren't even putting it on Facebook. What they're doing is putting it on that it's a thing called Telegram, and they're using Cash App. Well, the reason why they're not using PayPal is because PayPal had, like, if you get scammed or something, PayPal say, I'll pay you back. Well, Cash App tell you straight up, if you exchange money, that's on you. So what happens is when so many people put money in it, and then somebody decide, I got my money, I'm going to run, they don't have to put their money back in, and the people under them, if they just say the heck with it, the people at the end, they just put their money and never made money. So question is, one, I was wondering, did you guys hear, because it's like a thing now, because a couple people...
I've heard of one of those.
Sounds very familiar from what we're experiencing.
My niece, she did something like that, and she made some money, but she realized, like, it didn't feel right, so she stopped doing it. Because she asked me about my advice and our advice, and I said,
it's not ethical.
That's not ethical. That is a scam.
It is.
Because
so it's pretty much a Ponzi scheme, right?
Yeah, because it relies on money. So, like, for high ticket affiliate marketing, like what we do, like you're getting education, you're getting digital products, you're getting, there's stuff you're getting. I mean, you know, and it's a lot, but you know, when you just do it just for the money aspect,
right? Because there's nothing tangible. Like, even somebody said. No. Somebody tried to say, it's just like on the football pool. I said, no, you're at least winning. Like, it's a competition. But this is, it reminds me of back in the day. Remember somebody say, hey, we got an address. Everybody put $1 and mail it to that address. Then it's your turn. Everybody, like, I don't think that's legal. Where's your 1099?
Yeah, there's a lot
well, that's kind of, cash gifting is kind of like a gray area.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I met Robert. Because the girl was with Linda.
Oh, really?
She was trying to do the cash gifting thing. I told her not to do it, but she did it anyways. And then she introduced me to Robert. That's how I met you, right? So cash gifting is a gray area because the tax laws, I mean, I'm not a professional CPA, but I will say,
right.
I read this before, that there's a certain amount you can give money to someone.
Right, for free without any tax.
So that's it's legal.
But at least that's saying, that is saying, hey, this is a gift. It's like we all bought a car before, and so you could not pay too much on taxes. This is a gift, right? Because it was a gift. But this is, hey, we're throwing money in the bucket. You're in a circle. You move up. Then the two people here move in. They get paid. Then they get out, and they keep going.
Yeah, now, that's like a matrix. We call it a matrix.
That kind of
stuff.
Yeah. That stuff is being investigated by the FTC right now.
Yeah, I watched the video. Yeah, I watched the video on it.
Yeah, they're cracking down on that a lot because, you know, we live in a digital world now and a lot of stuff is popping up.
There's a lot of scams out there. A lot of people creating Ponzi's. Like anybody with a lot of money can partner up in JV with somebody and call it, put a name, slap a new wrapper on it, and then all of a sudden they can start.
Well, here's the crazy thing. So one of the important things you just said was name. So I said to my friend, I said, well, let me ask you a question. You're telling me about this thing. I said, one of the first things in network marketing, right? First of all, what is the name of this thing? He was like, I don't even know. And it reminded me back in the day of Amway. Amway was legit, but they had such a bad name that they would tell you, don't tell nobody what it is because they don't want to do it. But just wait, just tell them I can't tell you. I'm like, so, but this thing is like even the other person said to me, I said, well, let me ask you a question, what it's called? So they was like, oh, it's called the flower, right? Because the diagram is flower. So when they hand me their phone, I was scrolling through Telegram. That's like the thing where they're messaging on, right? Yeah. So so it's like I'm scrolling and people are like, welcome to the water. Thank you for joining the water. So I'm like, either A, you're lying to me, or B, you don't even know what it's called. So it's like, you know.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Listen to your intuition. You know,
but I thought it's crazy that a couple people, like I heard it twice and then I asked my son, he's 21 now, and he was like, oh yeah, a lot of younger people are doing that. We heard about that back in like January, but they knew it was a scam. They just was trying to make quick money because the person who would end up making that money be like, okay, I'm out. And then now the other people are like, whoa, wait, where's the extra revenue? Then their people, if they jump out, then when I seen online, what people was doing is so it's supposed to be 8 here and 8 here. So what people would do is buy their own 8 in. And then when you join, you're under them. So your money is going to them. So when they make it to the circle fast, they get out. and then they really don't have substantial other people. So you're like, wait, all these people just disappeared because technically a couple of those people was the same person.
That's messed up.
That's
man.
cool. That's
Crazy.
so cool. No.
But anyway, I was curious if you guys heard of it and also hear your perspective, because you guys, you guys are serious as far as this stuff. And so
as far as affiliate marketing goes, if somebody wants to get started with affiliate marketing, whether it be low ticket, mid ticket, or high ticket, here are the differences. Low ticket, you can find things online. They automatically ClickBank, JBZoo, these things will pay you a little cut.
Yeah, and some of them
you could drive traffic to them and make some sales.
Yeah, some of them are higher now too. You can earn up to like $400 or $500.
You can earn up to $400 or $500. High ticket is more of like done for you type systems. They're already well put together. All you have to do is just get an affiliate ID on it. You pay taxes on that money. You're still an independent contractor, so you are responsible for your taxes. So you definitely have to pay them quarterly, I would say. Now, and make sure you build a business.
I'll tell people out there, like, if you're really serious about being an entrepreneur, I mean, like, if you're dead serious, because you gotta be dead serious. All I can say is, like my mentor told me, he says, you want to be wealthy? Get used to paying taxes.
Get used to paying taxes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's only fair. I mean, now are these things you're talking about, are they services or products or both?
They're both.
They can be both.
Yeah.
Some have physical products and you just market it for them, and you can showcase, the affiliate link on your website's blog, on your YouTube channel, descriptions, things like that. Cool. Others are different. They don't have physical products. They offer informational products, meaning that the company owner, who is the expert, produces training modules that you actually sell.
Okay.
And you get paid on
Education.
that. The education.
So think about this. I mean, if you really it's been around for so long. Affiliate marketing is something that's been around for many, many, many years. But look at Best Buy. Look at all the stores. If you scroll, even Amazon, scroll down to the bottom, it says sign up to be an affiliate.
To become affiliate.
Wow. Well, I just recently became an affiliate with Amazon. So it was funny. A couple months ago, I tried it, and it all started. A friend of mine's. I don't know if you know him, Jeremy, but anyway, a friend of mine's. He seen one of my videos, and so the funny thing is, for me on my channel, my videos that I do product reviews, like I get so many reviews, but I don't want to be stuck in this little box. So all the pros say, hey, you find your niche, you stick to it. But again, I'm a black guy with a cowboy hat on. Like my personality, I just don't want to only do product reviews, but I know they do so well. I know they get they do the better, Anyway, so when I buy things, I just review it just for the fun of it, right?
Yeah, let me give you a tip, because I see where you're going with this. Like if you're doing product reviews and you're sharing those products with your viewers to buy that product, as you're building your subscribers on YouTube, you want to stick with the niche, right? I know what they mean by that. So if it's technology, stick with that, right? If it's like health and wellness, stick with that. But what I would do is I would open up a separate YouTube channel for that, separate YouTube channel for that, and break it up that way. That way, because you can really target on that market specifically. Yeah, you can really target, know your audience.
I'm hard-headed, but maybe I should. But what I was saying was, a friend of mine watched a video, and he was like, oh, that's cool. You got affiliated with Amazon. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, isn't that Amazon affiliate video? I was like, no, that's just my regular video. So then I was like, what is that? So he explained it to me, and then I went and signed up for it. So Amazon would just let you become affiliate, but they give you 2 months to see if you could drive traffic. And they also say on anything you do, you have to have at least 500 people. So at the time I had like 200 or whatever. And so after 2 months later, it was like, no, you can't do it. I was like, all right. So I knew that my channel, I was taking it serious because it was just a hobby. So I knew it was getting revved up, and I said, man, I got like 400 something. I'm going to apply. And I know before 2 months is up, I'm going to get 500. So anyway, I did a 500 and they approved me. So I was like, cool. So, but I just don't, it's just fun to me. I don't take it serious. But it's cool that I kind of get what you're saying, because I'm affiliated. So whenever I buy stuff, I make a little video, and then I, find the Amazon.
So powerful.
No, but that's good. Reviews are powerful.
I'm telling you right now, when I learned about the power of affiliate marketing, I didn't realize that I was sitting on a gold mine.
Right.
And literally where you're standing right now, as your viewers are watching you, when you start creating raving fans and you're an affiliate of something, then basically the chair that you're sitting on, you can make a commission off of. That description or something back there, like a picture frame that you bought, probably is available on Amazon too.
Right.
And you purchased it, they can go to your Amazon store and purchase it. So all the things that are around you that you're sitting on can be monetized.
Yeah, I mean, I did actually make a video for this chair that I put together, and it is affiliated, but
right. Wait till you see my gamer chair.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
The thing is, with us, we do our cameras. We talk about the equipment that we use, so we can monetize that. Our microphones that we use are, this is our mic. We market this, and we tell everybody these are the types of equipment we highly recommend.
This is our
backdrop.
Wow.
This is monetized. All of this can be bought on Amazon.
Right.
And we make money on the volume. See?
This is our Sony camera right
here. When
you
build your audience up to a certain number and you give an affiliate link, you got a lot of people right there hitting that link.
Now, is it true that if somebody click on your link but buy something else, you still make money? Is that true? Or do they have to buy that specific item?
I don't know if that's true, but I always make sure I have my affiliate link directed to that offer when I give it away.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't wait on that though, but I know what you're talking about. They go there and then they start searching.
Yeah, I heard that, but I didn't know if that was true. Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's not true because what happens is the affiliate link changes when they go to another offer, and your thing is gone. It's not cooking.
Okay,
really?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, it doesn't show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't show.
That's interesting.
That's why you should always be very direct with your affiliate link. If it's your chair, it goes to your chair.
So let me ask you this. So we're getting close to the end of this thing because we got your whole story. We kind of know what you do. Tell everybody listen, what is it that you tell us everything you do? Give us links. Tell us how they can find you.
Okay.
Yeah. So how can they find you? What is it that you do? Like, what days do you do what you do? Like, let people know where they can find you, how they can find you, and what is it that they're going to be able to see.
So we tell people when they actually hear us on interviews that, what is your goal and what is your passion in life? What is it that you really want? Do you want to fire your boss? Is that your goal? If that is your goal, then you need to find another alternative way to create wealth. You need to figure out how to create income. If affiliate marketing seems interesting to you, then book an appointment with us and we'll have a 15-minute consult conversation. And our website that we have is aceandrichcall.com. That's ace and richcall.com. And you'll go to our calendar, and that is our virtual calendar. You can pick a date convenient for you based on our availability, and we'll meet with you on a Zoom chat just like this privately and ask you several questions to figure out what is the path or direction you want to go. Some people are not cut out for this industry, I will tell you, and we'll let you know. But if it is, we can offer you different opportunities that we are top earners and trainers in that would fit your budget and fit your goal for what you want to do, because it's not for everybody.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
So the first thing is people would just go to your, they would go to your, the link you provided, right?
Right.
Okay.
Schedule an appointment.
Right. And that's pretty much what you sent me that time, because I went to your calendar when you were trying to book this. Okay, got you.
Yep.
What about, do you have a specific time you do your, like earlier today when you were doing, I don't know if you want to call it a podcast, but you was live.
Yeah, our show, we do a live show at 5. Okay. That's how we remember. Ace and Rich live at 5, hot seat. Okay. And we
is that Eastern time or no?
Eastern time.
Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's on our Facebook account, the one that me and Rich shares, which is Ace and Rich. You can find us on Facebook.
It will be linked in the description below, guys.
Yes, thank you. Make sure you do that. And then send us a message. Let us know that you actually saw us on, what is the name of your show?
And Now Your Mama Knows. So
let's talk. Okay,
right.
So let's talk. And then what we'll do is we'll offer you a 10% discount if you're interested in working together with us and you'd like to get involved with our newest program we have called List Building Mastery. And that's what we were talking about that you caught the tail end of in our show today. And Rich, tell them a little bit about List Building Mastery. This is our newest product.
List Building Mastery is about building a list from scratch, building an email list. What we do is we go over segmentation. We go over how to create buyers from your list. You can't just follow up with everybody, because if you try to sell to everyone, you sell to no one. So we do a list building mastery from scratch. If you've never done any list building before, this is what the $1 million companies are doing now, and people are not doing it, and they're missing out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So we actually have a great offer that we put together with List Building Mastery. Yep. We have group coaching classes on Saturdays at 3. So when you get to that point, that's when you start going to those classes with the other students. We have well over 35 students in that class.
And this was just launched not long ago either.
It was, and we're still taking more students. The more the merrier, because we want to teach everybody how to build their own list, how to take control of their own online business. And who is this for? This is for you if you are part of an affiliate program right now and you're having a hard time trying to get pieces put together.
Wow.
We're here to help you, mentor you through the whole process. That's
Exactly.
what we do.
So Anthony, if you're selling Amazon, you should be building a list
You should
of
be.
all your subscribers on YouTube.
Mhm.
So when you want to tell them, hey, I got a video coming out, right, just one email.
Right.
Onto the
Yeah,
message.
I didn't even, you know what's funny? I heard somebody say something like, email people on your YouTube people. I'm like, I don't even know how, like, yeah. So we might have to talk because I don't. You know what? I just make videos for fun, but I'm really thorough. So I guess because I'm so detailed, because I love product knowledge. So like even today, I had somebody literally. I get my treadmill video surpassed my. I did one of those videos of the Manscaped trimmers. So my friend sent it to me as a joke. So I actually bought it, and then I did a review, and I had no clue. And out of nowhere, I'm like, whoa, this video has like 19,000 views. I'm like, what? So then my treadmill video just passed that. And like I had a guy write me today, say, dude, would you do another video showing me how to put the lubricant on the for the belt? I get people ask me like, I'm like, I don't work for the company, but the video was so good. Like people ask me like the craziest stuff, and it's like it's cool. It's just I just did it for fun, you know.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
hold on, wait a minute. Have you done any reviews on DJ equipment?
No, but my friend Justin, that she knows, is a DJ. I'm also a part-time MC, so I do weddings, parties. But he is a DJ, and they have a lot of equipment. But no, I never did that.
Just a little hint, like if that kind of equipment, like you can make some.
Oh wow! Okay. Wow.
Let me touch on that. Okay, there is a guy who is from New Jersey, well famous, well known. His name is Gary Vaynerchuk. Look him up.
Okay.
And he has a best-selling book called Crush It. He started out doing reviews on wine, okay? And he was working with his dad in his liquor store in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was he blew it up. He like literally took his father's revenue from 60,000 to 60 million. He did it like that just with YouTube. Now he is known as like a vlogger. He does all kinds of different talks around. He does TED Talks and things like that. Look him up, Gary Vaynerchuk, and you'll learn.
What is his last name?
Vaynerchuk.
With a V?
Yeah. You can't miss it. You can Amazon him. He's a bestseller. Gary Vaynerchuk. This guy is raw. He's straight up raw, and he will tell you what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And let me tell you something. It is not for the weak of heart. But learning from him, what you're doing right now with your YouTube channel is just getting it going, but don't play it small. Right. You should definitely be playing bigger than this.
Yeah, I definitely gotta start thinking. Like I did a lot of things in the last 3 months. To like, so again, maybe 4 months ago, it was just a hobby, and then I noticed like, oh man, I'm getting more subscribers. Like I didn't really care, and then I said, okay, let me take it more serious. And I met these guys that do podcasts, and I started doing podcasts with them. I started doing my own, and just for fun. But I thought, what if I position this that I really want to get to the point where I can monetize stuff, because YouTube changed the rules, you know.
Right. But let me tell you what's going to happen to you. Okay, you're going to start getting sponsorships. Mm-hmm. People want people who have influence. That's what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Is they're looking for people of power, of influence, of the voice. If you've got charisma, if you got a great personality that comes across on camera, and you can talk really good, a review about somebody's product, these big companies rather pay you than to pay somebody else.
So let me ask you this, all right? I've had a bunch of offers. Somebody emailed me, hey, we seen your review. We want you to do, but my thing is, again, I go back to interest. It was stuff I didn't really care about. Like I did a review on I was leasing a vehicle, returned it, got an older car. So I bought this car for $1,000, ended up being really good. So I returned my lease, right? So I still got this car today. It's over a year old. So it doesn't have Bluetooth. So I bought this Bluetooth adapter, and I did a review for it. Well, a company reached out to me and said, hey, listen, we liked your review. Would you review some of our stuff? They got like a cup holder that you put in and you hold your phone. I just kind of didn't have interest in it. So I was like, Plus they was like, so I want to ask you. So I guess I'm always got this conspiracy, like, is it real or not? It was like, listen, if you buy it and then we'll send you the money back. So I'm thinking like, well, first of all, if you want me to review it, why you just don't send it to me for free? But maybe they want to make sure I don't rip them off, I guess. But I'm thinking like, so is that like legit? I mean, cause I had so many companies.
It depends.
Did you look at the company? And ask me to review stuff for them, and I always turned it down because I'm like,
It depends, like, because that could be a breakthrough for you.
Right.
However, did you check out the business name, make sure it was legit, and things like that?
I guess because like I had a company ask me listen, maybe I've been on a gold mine. Right before the pandemic got big, I had a company say, hey, would you review our mask? And I literally was like, because again, I'm not gonna lie, I'll say it on camera. I was literally saying this thing ain't lasting past April. It's gonna. So I didn't believe in it, but I literally had a company ask me would I review a mask, and I was like, nah, I don't have any interest. But I don't know. I guess interest is my thing. If I feel like I'm into it, I'm gonna be more enthusiastic. You know.
Mask.
I don't know.
Not that mask. Okay, here's the thing.
Where'd you put that?
Right now, everything is about masks.
Right.
Okay. Every single retailer now is selling their version of a mask.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Ace and Rich has a mask. we sell masks, and they're made from bamboo material from Bali. So, and that's where they're manufactured and made. So, like, everything is about getting that influence out there. If they're asking you and reaching out to you, sometimes they'll have to send you something as like, okay, you do the review, we'll give it to you for free. Right. But other times, of like, if you buy the product, what we're going to reward you with is our audience. We're going to send you traffic. We're going to send you exposure. So that can also boost up your numbers and your analytics as well in YouTube when you actually have more traffic coming to your channel because those people have bought that product.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can get like keyword everywhere, and you can put it to your Chrome, and it'll tell you how many people are searching for that product. So if it's searchable, right?
That's a good tool. You should write that down.
Yeah, so that way,
keywords everywhere.
Yeah, keywords everywhere. And what happens?
Some nuggets on this thing.
Yeah, it's a keyword. It's called Keywords Everywhere, and it's a great tool to use for finding keywords.
What is it, like a Chrome extension, I guess?
A Chrome extension, and then you work it right on your YouTube channel.
You pay $10, they give you like 10,000 searches.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just $10, and and you look at when you have it connected and it's activated on your Chrome, and you go to YouTube, you're going to see volume. Like underneath the search in YouTube, it's going to show you volume, how many people a month are searching for that.
Right.
So let's say if it's I don't know, like the DJ stuff I was talking about before, it could be maybe like 2,000 searches a month, right? That means 2,000 people are searching for that keyword.
Right.
So you should make a review about what people are searching for. Right. That's how you build your audience.
Or a video as well. Like I said, I don't want to get stuck only doing reviews, but.
Oh, I know what you mean, because that's what happened with us. We were writing articles and doing reviews for products. That's how we grew up, our business.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I did? I actually made a blog. So I got a little creative. Like 2 months ago, I made a blog, and I got all my I did a write up for everything I review, so you could read the review, and then you could click on the link that showed the video, and then you could click on the Amazon affiliate thing. And then I got stuff that I didn't feel like making a review, so but I did write it up. So
okay, here's my question for you. Is that your own blog, and is it hosted, or are you on a third-party blog website?
Yeah, it's third-party because it's blogspot.com, I think.
That's where you're making the mistake. You need to have your own hosted blog.
You need your own hosting with your own domain.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a company that just came out now. It's called Drop Funnels, and you're able to create a website right through them, and you could SEO it. And they have all the stuff you need for SEO, which is nice.
Get right.
Yeah.
It's only $50 I keep saying I gotta I don't know what you call it, but my name and Now Your Mama Knows I've been using for years, but it's still it's not like what is it, trademark? What? Yeah. So I need
You'll find your brand in the very beginning. When an entrepreneur starts out, their brand is imperfect, and you know what? That's quite all right.
Yeah.
If you're stepping up in the plate, you're doing imperfect action, we encourage that. Take imperfect action. You gotta fail forward. That's the only way you're gonna figure this stuff out.
I mean, the cool thing is if you Google Now Your Mama Knows, all my stuff comes up. So it's like it's been in existence for since 2010.
But that's because you've been keywording it and you've been using that keyword over and over again, which creates that history that the search engines are looking for.
So is that how you spell it?
And your mama knows.
And your mama knows.
Yeah, he's over here like doing the tool right now.
Look, guys, you're literally watching them. You're getting the idea of the things that they throw at you and they come up with. And
nobody's searching.
See, nobody's searching for that keyword. You got to be really specific. So when you do create a brand, make sure that your brand has specific traffic looking for it.
Listen, man, you're spelling it wrong. It's and
your mama knows.
Now your YOUR Mama, MOMMA, knows, KNOWS.
See, there he is, but the tool shows that
Zero.
CPC is zero.
Zero.
So there's no search for it. You're very, very new, very
Guys,
fresh.
they just blew up my spot.
Uh-huh.
What about all my subscribers? All right, on YouTube. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, your
So look.
subscriber base can grow from where it's at right now to a higher number. Like right now, we're well over 2,000 on our YouTube channel.
Right.
Well, this is our third YouTube channel.
This is our third YouTube channel because
Okay.
YouTube has a tendency to shut down YouTube channels. I don't know if you know that.
Sometimes.
Yeah. They just changed a bunch of stuff recently with the algorithm, so it's kind of tricky.
Right.
Yeah, I think a month ago I just hit 500, so I'm coming.
So you're getting there. So how do you grow that number? Do you want to know how you get to 2,000?
Oh, that's easy.
Very easy.
You gotta like find a competitor who's doing the reviews that you're doing or the ones that you want to do,
Right.
and model after success. Already walked the path, follow the path that was already laid for
If
you.
I just strictly did reviews, I think I'll be really good. Like I said, my reviews are real hot, but I guess that's like literally the smallest thing I do on my channel. Like I do all the other stuff. You know, I pretty much most of the time I'm vlogging, so I'm pretty much my life is on YouTube. Secondary, I guess I kind of sort of game streaming might be a little secondary, but to like to shows has become my thing now, like this or I don't know.
Yeah, diversify your audience by interviewing more people for different niches.
I think you should have just a review channel. That's it.
Every time I watch a video, that's what they say. That's what they say.
Just reviews, because okay, let me drop this before we go. Okay. When it comes to Google's algorithm, because Google owns YouTube, okay? Right. I know SEO very well. You need to have, okay, think about bracelets and charms. It's one of the things I teach in Diamond Coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Our 6-month transformational program. I'll take something out of it. Bracelets and charms. What's the bracelet and what are the charms? The bracelet is the actual channel. So you need a broad keyword, a specific broad keyword.
Right.
Now, the charms are your video content. Your content must match what your channel is about.
Right.
And if it's all mixed up with all these different things, it's not a good algorithm for Google.
But so I want it to be the everything channel.
If you try to sell everyone, you sell to no one. You gotta find your audience.
He's like, oh no.
I know.
Trust me.
I watch so many videos and everybody says the same thing. But
well, because it's the algorithm, the way it works.
Right. Yeah.
Right. If you get very specific, people are gonna find you a lot easier.
They will.
Right.
A lot easier. That's why what I do is I study other competitors, man.
Always.
I look at other competitors. Okay, so all right, so you that's what you're talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're successful. I know it. I monitor the data. I know what's going on. I'm like, I'll just talk about what you talked about that day. No problem. You know, and it's laid out for me. Like if you look at all the stuff that's selling right now, okay, like I would like if you're good at reviews, man, I would do reviews. I would crush. I wouldn't do anything else but reviews. Don't
worry about anybody else.
Build up your subscribers.
You do it in your own style.
Yeah.
People will come right to you.
Build up your subscribers, okay, and literally start crushing it, and you'll literally start building an audience because they like your reviews.
Yeah, but they're only gonna be into reviews, and then all my other stuff that I like to do more, I'm gonna be like, I don't got time for that.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
You have no clue.
Just do it, and you'll see what happens.
Stick with one thing for a while.
So here's what's hard too, right? So I got a bunch of videos that have thousands of views on it, right? So then what do I do? Make a whole new channel? Then how do I get that traffic to know that I made a new channel?
Book an appointment so you can learn and get coached.
All right, guys, listen. With that said, I'm gonna have to hit these guys up and get my appointment. You said a 15-minute thing, right? 15 minutes, you could. All right, cool. So but guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You're gonna see more of us in the future because I know you're gonna hear me tell you some more things that happen with me and them in the future. But guys, this was Ace and Rich. Thank you so much for coming on once again. Congratulations on your engagement. And with that said, and now your mama knows.